thick of the pie, thick of the ply, thick of the bag. Meet them a buy, now lacing no beamer, I'm Brian O'Connor, I'm driving it fast. They were just hating cause they in the way, and the way I've been made it, the is mad. Man in that bag, cause I'm all in my bag. I ain't holding around, just a little Merlin, out the cutie. Now I don't give a. Tell me why I would on the rose bar couch in my bag. Bands in my denim. In my denim, she was trying to for it out. She don't give a. She was in her bag. Fendi and some lane hags for a burger. Watch in the front seat of the fouled out J. We living so wild like Nas. When she was on vacation, we was on roll like tires. What we gon' I'm in my bag like I'm in my bag, my. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing a check. I'm really gonna run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing a check. I'm really gonna run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Bigger the bag, bigger the beef, bigger the problem, bigger the be one of the all in the same. Broke at the end of the month, flow Joe, kill mo, run it up, keep clean. Never let them touch, fits like temper tantrums. Girl, come back that up, all in the club, and bring out your girl.
Okay, Coach, they indeed love their football here in upstate New York as you look inside of New Era Field in Orchard Park. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. This is Taylor, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but eventually they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
319.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Hey, got three. 319.
On first down, Rodgers. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. Play action. Now Rodgers on the move to his left. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Stills the intended target. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Bills' passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? First trip to the red zone for the Bills. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll set up a throw. Forced out to his left. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And an alley to run. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers stays on his feet. Steps away to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 33. And the return will stop right around the 25. A throw he probably shouldn't have made, rolling left and then throwing back across the field.
And when you do that and you're rolling towards the sideline, you cut down your field in a big way, significantly. And the guys who play in the 2nd and 3rd level, those linebackers and DBs, they know that. And they know they don't have nearly as much space to cover. And they're hoping you try and throw it back to us.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Stephon Anthony coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
They'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down again. Tahir Whitehead in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
57. Right, 57.
Back to throw here. Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. And now the field goal team on for Buffalo. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Matt Milano in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. Going deep here for Stills. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now Rodgers escaping the pressure right. And Wilson has it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, 3rd down. Spectacular catch turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves them from a 3-and-out. Tackle made there by Jordan Poyer.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now we give the tail. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
Now it's Rodgers. And he finds Stills complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Rodgers now on 1st down. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
That's fine. Yeah.
On play action, Rodgers. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another 1st down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here. This close sneak. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. in for the score. And the Dolphins are in for 6.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Sanders now to kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And an alley to run. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They'll set up to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Watch you now, Barney! Barney! Over!
They're going to look to throw. He can run for it, and he will. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Coleman has it here right side. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Corey Coleman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are in for 6. Now the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, it's Washington. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll run with Taylor. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. So 1:55 to go in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. First and 10. Here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills. That'll bring up second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to...
And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
This one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Flushed out right. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
He's going to get it running right, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there as the first half is winding down, and the Bills will extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, it's Washington. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Albert Wilson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Boy, they're down only 1 score, still first half, but they're going to line up for the onside kick. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. Going down the middle, and it's complete. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park with the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. On the stop was T.J. McDonald. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, it's Washington. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. They go with a shovel pass, and it's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On first down, Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing is Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lamb. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
So that'll back him up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Rodgers to throw once more. They'll roll him out right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Detroit! Detroit! Set!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That is incomplete. Coverage that time by Bobby McCain.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney.
They'll set up a throw. He'll buy some time right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a third down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Oh, how about this on first and goal? And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lack.
And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Dolphins able to get this back within a touchdown. Sanders now to add the extra point. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will shave one more off this lead. Sanders now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that doesn't...
And he's into the clear. The 40. Past the 20. 10. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 74 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Bills will extend their lead. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, it's Washington. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 36. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the fourth quarter. Now a play fake here on first down. And his pass incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10.
Detroit!
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turns into a nice play.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Here we go now.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. This is caught, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's second and long. Rodgers going to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
I remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. They fake the give. Now Rodgers rolling to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now Rodgers got to have this one. Going deep here for Stills. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hole.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 39 that time.
A lot of receivers see the drag route as a risk-reward type of a play. The risk, going into the middle of the field where there's some big people who want to hit you. But the reward is oftentimes you get lost in coverage, running a little bit underneath. And when you catch it just right, as we just saw there, the end result can be a big, big play.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball, how much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
We got three, fellas, we got three. Back. Watch it now, Barney.
Now they try the right side here. About 3 yards there to the 27. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. 27 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification. That's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. But just had 3 rushing touchdowns. And, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once that we were having
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trent Murphy in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. you're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to be incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Reach the 5.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team. This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, and that will be caught by Jones. He's got a Buffalo touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Bills will extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now it's Wilson. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Throwing now is Rodgers. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 48. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Watch it now, Barney!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39. Watch it now, Barney. Watch it now, Barney.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he fires one incomplete.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Watch it now, Barney.
He'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will make the lead now 26. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Buying time to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. He was looking that time for Stills. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. And they'll go with the ground attack here. Still fighting through tackles. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. They're going to look to throw. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. Third and 10 wasn't going to be easy. Now after the holding penalty, they have to deal with a 3rd and 20.
Detroit! Detroit!
Again, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. It's caught. Jones. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them. And
as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bills, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Seattle Seahawks come to town. Meanwhile, for Miami,